G'day, it's Pete here, and we're back at the World Championships. Today we're going to be looking at the semi-finals of the mixed and the conclusion of the finals of the Seniors World Championship. Jump in, we'll take a look at all the actions. So here in the semi-finals of the mixed, we're looking at a match between Coriander and Firm. And here we've got a good hand by North, which starts 1 spade and a 2 heart overcall. And here South has a few different choices that they've got available. 3 come to mind here. I would be considering the options of either pass, double, or 2 no trumps. Now, 2 no trumps would just be like a natural invite, sort of 10 to 12-ish sort of points usually. Double would be responsive to showing both minors, usually 4-4 in the minors, but it's not strictly that. And pass would be sort of aiming to try and penalize the opponent's hope partner can reopen with a double, and maybe the opponents go for a number in 2 hearts. Here, South chose the takeout double, and North bid 3 hearts, which just says, I got a good hand, tell me more. And South shows their stopper in hearts, and North said bid 4 hearts, which is like, no, tell me more, where do you want to go? And South doesn't have good minors to bid, so they show their 2-card spade suit. Now, this runs into a 5-card spade break, so 5-0 break, which is pretty nasty. But 4 spades has a pretty cool way that you can actually make this. So it does look like that you've potentially got a diamond loser. You could double finesse them. You've potentially got a club loser, and it looks like you've got 2 spade losers. But here they get the ace of hearts lead, which they ruff. They play 1 top spade and get the bad news. So they play the 10 of diamonds over to the ace. So now they do have a diamond loser, but they just ruff a heart. And then they come back and take the ace king of clubs and then a diamond over towards the king. And now they play another heart and trump. And at this stage, they've scored 8 tricks, and they've got 2 more to come with the king queen. But basically what happens is they have their diamond loser, the club loser, and 2 spades, but the opponents have to trump their winners here. So East has a top diamond and a top club, but West has 2 trumps. So you condense the opponent's tricks that way. So neat little play there. At the other table, they went 1 spade, 2 heart overcall, and South chose to pass. North jumped to 3 spades, and now North just took that to 3 no trumps. And here you get a heart lead to the ace, and then they return a diamond. Now you can play low here, but Brink went in with the ace, not knowing that both the queen and jack were there. And at this stage, what would you do with the South hand? Even seeing all the cards, what do you reckon you would try and play here? Well, the only way you can actually make is play on hearts. You have to come out the queen of hearts because the 10 drops and you'll be able to score 3 spades, 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs. But pretty routinely you play a spade because you don't know the 10 of hearts is dropping, and you also don't know that spades are 5-0. So when they come in here, you're a bit done and dusted. So you can cash the ace of clubs, king of clubs, and you set up an extra club this way, but they then come out a top spade, and you have to come over to the diamond. You get the club, but the opponents have too many tricks. So 3 no-goes down, whereas 4 spades makes. I find this really interesting because often you'd be thinking, oh, there's a 5-0 break. The 4 spades is more likely to actually go down, but it's not the case on this hand. Cool play where you can elope with your trumps and get to 10 tricks. So the score from this session was Coriander had a really strong session here, up 47 to 13. Quite a dominant set there. So, and now we'll jump into the final of the seniors. We've got Vytas versus Goodman, and really close final so far. Here it's gone a diamond pass a heart, and East has this pretty good hand. So my question is, what would you actually bid with these East cards? You've got 17 high card points and a 5-card suit. And there's a couple of options you could consider here. You could choose to overcall your spades, or you could potentially double with the intention of trying to bid your spades later. Now, some people will bid double with sort of 16 or more points. Some people raise that a bit higher. Here they overcalled a spade and went 2 diamonds, pass, and now you get to reopen with a double, and partner just bids 3 clubs. At the other table, it went a diamond past a heart, and they did choose the double. Now the auction becomes a bit peculiar. So here they bid a spade, partner volunteers 2 clubs, which actually shows some values, and North bids 2 spades. So the opponents have bid and raised spades, so you know your partner's got a short spade. So here East volunteers 5 clubs. So thinking that, well, I've got a singleton diamond, we can rough lots of these spades. Partner did make a free bid of 2 clubs. Now here's the whole hand. 5 clubs did make on this at both tables. 5 clubs can be beaten on the hand, but 11 tricks were made at both tables. So here they got the singleton diamond lead up to the ace, and then queen of diamonds, which gets roughed and over roughed. And at this stage, they go ace of hearts and then play a club to the 9 and finesse that. So you then rough a diamond. And at this stage, you don't have any club losers. You've still got this ace of spades set up and the king of hearts. So that'll take care of those 2. And you just lose 2 tricks and make 5 clubs. But I thought this was a pretty interesting one about which way do you actually choose to play this one. Do you go for the takeout double? Do you go for overcalling? Now, when you started with an overcall, it wasn't clear that partner had such a good hand. And from partner's perspective, their void spade doesn't seem as strong. So here, East-West stopped in just 3 clubs at the other table. But handy pickup here for Vytas. The score from this session was a strong session for Vytas. They are now up 29 imps, picking up 35-4. So strong lead, but surmountable at the halfway point of the finals. Moving into the stanza 3 of the mixed. Here we're looking at Minotaur versus Donna. And here I thought there was a relatively straightforward auction. This is how I would expect the auction to go. But at the yellow table, something went a little bit different. So here it went a diamond, a heart. North just bid a spade, which would show 5. East jumps to 4 hearts with their 5-card support. And South, not with a great hand, but not knowing who's actually making what, just bids 4 spades. And here, 4 spades makes relatively comfortably. You lose 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 spade when the spades break 2-2. At the other table, here it went a diamond, a heart, and North elected to pass rather than bidding their spades. And now East bid 2 no trumps. South continued with 3 diamonds, and here West bid 3 hearts, 4 diamonds, 4 hearts. And now North thinking, well, I've got some defensive tricks. It was a passed hand that pushed on to 4 hearts. It looks like they're stretched a bit thin. Doubles them. Now, 4 hearts can go down no matter what, but it's a little bit tricky. So you start with a diamond lead, and the first hurdle is you have to not let the singleton king win, which they successfully navigate at this stage. And you do have 2 clubs and a spade to actually take. Now, here, you can't, from South's perspective, you can only see this East hand here. So they continue a heart. And at this stage, they win the 10 of hearts and they play a spade. Now, you don't know anything about your partner's spades on this auction. And if you hop up with the ace, it's very possible that the king of spades will win and the queen of spades will be able to win later. But what actually happens here on the full hand is when you duck, they get to win the queen and then they draw the other trump ending in the east hand. And now their spade goes away, and they only had a doubleton spade there. So while 4 hearts doubled could have been beaten, it actually makes here for a double game swing and a great pickup for Minotaur here. So the results from this session were really, really close. This semi-final is extraordinarily close. Just 1 imp in it in favor of Donna with 14 boards left to play. And now we'll jump over to the final of the seniors. So in the final stanza of the seniors, Vytas has a commanding lead. But this board is about to potentially be the start of a massive comeback for Goodman. At this table, East-West only bid to 4 hearts. Whereas at the other table, here they opened 2 diamonds, which showed 18-19 balanced, and they have an option to get to 6 hearts. Now, here you get the Jack of Hearts lead, and I want you to think about how would you actually play this hand. So pause the video now, have a good think about how you'd actually play this, because if you can make this contract, if East-West made this contract, Goodman will eventually come to win the World Championship. You don't make this contract, you don't win. It's all riding on this. This is the start of the comeback here. So here, on this hand, you've got some issues. You've got 2 spades, but you can throw 1 spade away on the top diamond. Now, you could potentially finesse diamonds and throw another one away. But you've also got this issue in clubs. You're missing the queen of clubs. Now, you can play finesse north for the queen of clubs as another potential option. But if you take any losing finesse on this hand, the opponents can get their spade. So if you finesse a club, they might cash their spade. So you really want to try and combine your chances here. And here, the way that Lair actually does this is what they do is they win, and then they draw a second round of trumps, and then they cash the king of clubs. Okay, and you might be looking at this a bit strangely, but what they're trying to do is see if the queen of clubs falls doubleton. Because if the queen of clubs comes down in 2 rounds, they don't need to take any finesses. The clubs will all be set up, and they'll have 12 tricks. And if the queen of clubs doesn't fall, they can use the backup plan of just taking the diamond finesse. And what this does is it means that they don't need to solely rely on just 1 finesse, but they can have a chance that if something falls, then they can get that, and they've combined their chances there. So here they cash the king of clubs, and then they draw the final round of trumps, and they play a club to the ace, and clubs are 3-2, but they don't see the queen of clubs. And here, they then play a diamond to the jack. And disaster. The queen of diamonds comes out, and they get the ace of spades. And if we go back to the start, it was clubs 3-2 with the queen on side. So if you just took a finesse and didn't combine any chances, it would have worked. But I really liked their play, but it wasn't successful today. And here, this was board 18. Look at this massive run of imps that comes after it. They picked up 26 imps. They lost by 12. They lost 11 on this board instead of picking up 11. So that would have been a vital potential swing there. That could have swung the result. But Vytas is our world champions. Here is the final result, 115 to 104 in the Seniors World Championship. So Goodman, our runners-up were David Berkowitz, Andy Goodman, Mark Lair, Jeff Mextroff, and Mike Purcell. And our Seniors World Champions are Vytas, Apolinary Kowalowski, Michael Cuisin, Wojciech Olansky, Jacek Romansky, Wolodzimierz Starkowski, and Vytautas Vanikonis. So congratulations to all them. Jumping over into the semi-final of the mixed, Mineta took down Donna in a really close fought semi-final all the way. So Sanna Clementson, Joe Crew, Ger Helgamo, Jessica Larson, Gillian Mineta, and Frederick Nystrom are into the finals. And Firm beat Coriandra with Stuart Brink, Simon DeWeese, Bass Driver, Barbara Firm, Christina Lund Madsen, and Daniela von Arnhem through to the finals of the mixed team. So one more day left to go to see who our mixed world champions are. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.